inscribed in gold. Asma is said that Abdul Malik once delivered a very profound sermon, during which he began to weep while begging Allah, "O Lord, my sins are great, but a small amount of your forgiveness is greater than them. O Allah, forgive the greatness of my sins with a little of your mercy." Asma is said that when these words reached the ears of Hassan Basri, he too began to cry, stating that if ever words were uttered that should be inscribed in gold, those would be those words. MashaAllah, they're actually very beautiful words. Yes, yeah. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? This is so going to be the new way I'm asking for forgiveness. Oh Lord, my sins are great, but a small amount of your forgiveness is greater than them. Oh Allah, forgive the greatness of my sins with a little of your mercy. So beautiful. The mercy of Allah is. Okay, next, our pious predecessors and their fear of Allah. Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu used to say, "Indeed, with the passing of nights and days, your stay on this earth is decreasing, yet your deeds will remain preserved, and death will come suddenly. Whoever sows seeds of goodness will reap a harvest of hope. Whoever sows evil will reap the harvest of misfortune and regret. Indeed, each shall reap of that which he sows. The one who walks slowly shall not be prevented from his share, and the one who walks eagerly will not get more than is decreed for him." That is referring to worldly pursuits. Any blessing that is received is from Allah, and any protection from evil is also from Allah. The ones who fear Allah are the leaders, along with the scholars, and joining their company can only lead to personal benefit. Interesting. This is really good. Whoever sows seeds of goodness will reap a harvest of hope. Whoever sows evil will reap the harvest of misfortune and regret. We intentionality in everything we do, our daily activities, everything. Just know that for whatever you do, there is a consequence for it. No stone will be left unturned. May Allah make it easy for us. The honest Muslim merchant. Nadir bin Shumail said that in a certain place the price of silk had increased, and that if it increased there, it should also increase in Basra. Yunus bin Ubaid was a silk manufacturer, and when he learned of this fact, he bought from a man a quantity of goods for 30,000. Yet afterwards he asked the seller if he was aware of the price increase. The seller replied that he was not, and that had he been, he would not have made the sale at such a price. Yunus insisted that his money be returned for the goods that were sold to him. This illustrates the pity of our predecessors, for even in their business transactions, they attempted to maintain the highest level of honesty and clarity in all matters pertaining to both the buyer and the seller. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah. This is beautiful. Because it's all about, it's better to be on the safer side. It's better you are on the side that did good than for you to now come and claim, and you already sold it to me. Some people will say, but you already made the sale, so too late. Sorry, your loss, right? But this man decided that he decided that, okay, this since prices have changed and it's because you didn't know about it, that's why you sold it to me at price X. So give me back my money. I'll pay you the original price that you would have sold it to me for. Do you get the story? For instance, you go to buy something you go to the market to get some maybe bag of rice, and they sell it to you at maybe 100,000, and then news now comes that, okay, bag of rice is now 150,000. And then the seller will now be like, oh my God, and I already sold the rice to you. Then you, the buyer, will now be like, Eto, like the seller will now be like, oh, if I had known that the price had changed, I would have sold the bag of rice to you at 150. Now, you, the buyer, could argue with the logic or the reasoning, but this man here was so good that he said, okay, fine, I will add the 50,000 naira to you, because if you had known of the increase in price, you would have sold your original, you would have sold it to me at 150,000. Who would have, who people do that. Do you understand? That is amazing. At the end of the day, they just want to be on the safer side. It's better I'm the good person than for it to be that I am the like, let it not come on the day of judgment and then to not be like, ah, you were wrong, go reason I'm like this. And then because Allah is just, Allah is Al Adl, He will not leave any issue on unattended. Do you understand? So I guess it's a really, really wonderful trait to have. It's something that, well, a lot of us would not do this day and age, but people of the past, they are all about doing good deeds. Very impressive. Although this reminds me of something a sister once said, that she was supposed to go from point A to point, let's say F, right? So she stopped the bike and she asked the man, "Are you going to so place?" He said yes. She now said how much. He told her, let's say maybe 200 naira. He now said, okay, get on the bike, let's go. So that was what she got on the bike and they started moving. They got to point B, no point for point. She was going to point F. They got to point B. The man said he was not going again, that she should come down. Which led to, like, and when she got down, he said she's going to pay him his full money, the full 200 naira. And she was like, how is that fair? Because we have not gotten to my destination. It now led to an argument, right? They were now talking, and the man insisted that she should give him his money. So while they were talking, and she was like, this is wrong, the man now said, I will leave you to Allah. If you don't give me this money, I'm going to leave you to Allah. Allah knows. Do you know, she, out of this thing, she just quickly carried the money brought out the money and gave to the man and said, no, I leave you to Allah. So the man was now smiling like he had won an argument, or he was smart or something, and just zoomed off with the money. Now, her thinking is, it's better she is on the safer side, because what if on the day of judgment Allah is judging the issue and there is an angle that she's not thinking about, right? That now put her on the disadvantage and say, you should have given him this money, you are wrong here. So it's better she gives him the money, and if on that day, let it be that he's the one that is wrong. So you see that this is how believers think, right? It's better you are on the path that pleases Allah than on the path that will lead to displeasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And our pious predecessors were soaked in this type of mentality. Like, for instance, Abdullah bin Mubarak related that it was said to Hamdun bin Ahmad, why is the speech of our pious predecessors more beneficial than our speech? He replied, because they spoke for the honor of Islam, for the salvation of the soul, and for the pleasure of the most merciful. However, we speak to honor ourselves, to seek out the world, and to please creation. So you see, like, it's so worthy of emulation, right? To have that mentality instead of just you, what you'll acquire in this world, what you will, like that bike man now, for instance, he was just after the money. That was his own. But he didn't care how he got the money and all that. May Allah continue to guide us. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was beneficial. Let me know if you learned anything from this. Have a blessed day. Bye. See you in my next video.